Hey everybody, tonight it's getting chilly outside and my son sent me a chicken tortilla soup recipe. His was an Instapot recipe and I decided to make it on the stovetop because I'd been sending some Instapot recipes out to my sister who said she didn't have an Instapot. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and make this on the stovetop. It can be made in an Instapot too, but I'm making it on the stovetop. So basically, and you can do like chicken breast. I'm making it very simple tonight. This is a rotisserie chicken I got at the grocery store that I've deboned and chopped up real quick. So I'm just going to take that while it's like that, and that's the whole chicken. What you can do if you buy one, because you really don't have to have all of it. If you bought one and you have leftover, like half of one, this is a whole one, but you could use half of one. So I've got that, and I am going to go ahead and season it up with some of my spices. My paprika, I'm just sprinkling some on. Not the chili powder. I'm going to do this coriander. Just to make sure it has some of that flavor. And it's already salted and everything from when they made it. So that's all. I think I'll add a little chili powder to it too. Just to make sure that helps it whenever it have the flavor. I'll add this to the juice too. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn on the pot that I'm going to cook it in. And I've already chopped up all my vegetables. This is this is onions. This is yellow onion and green onions. And I've chopped it all up. I have a little chopper machine. And it's about, not even a full half, about a third of an onion. And then about 3 or 4 green onions. And I've got olive oil and I'm going to saute it in this pot, and then we'll add everything. I've got mushrooms. It's about 3 or 4 mushrooms. I just like mushrooms, so I'm adding it to it. Cilantro and jalapenos. It's a whole jalapeno and garlic. And like I said, I have a chopping machine, so that it's all mixed in. I chopped them all up together. Can of black beans that I've strained, and I like to run water through it to get the juices out of it. But corn and black beans that are strained, and then a can of diced tomatoes. And that's basically it, and then I'll show you how to do the tortillas after we get going on this. I'm going to pour some olive oil in this to saute my vegetables before we get going, because when you saute the vegetables, it just gives them a little umph of flavor. You don't have to saute them. You can just go with it, dumping them all in without sauteing. It gives it more flavor. And we're just going to keep dumping stuff in because it's all going to cook in this pot. So one pot dump. Okay, and I'm going to add the mushrooms. And you can omit the mushrooms. I mean, not all chicken tortilla soup has mushroom. In fact, most don't. I just wanted to add a little more vegetable to it. So I added them. That's it. Whenever you make it, you can add what you want. The other thing that you could do is like some very thin sliced carrots. Just like one carrot sliced thin would be good in it if you wanted to. So see, they're getting soft. Now I'm going to add, this is my cilantro, my garlic, and my jalapenos. I'm going to add that. Oh, I have freeze-dried jalapenos in here. It apparently didn't chop up in there. I'm going to still have to chop that up. I've smoked those, so you can see what that is. I smoked those a while back in my smoker, and then I froze them, so whenever I want to make something, I use them. I used a whole jalapeno, and I add smoked jalapenos to it, too. Okay, so I'm turning this down to medium, because this is sauteed, and I'm going to add my corn. It's a whole can of corn. My black beans, a whole can of black beans, and I'm going to add, this is I like the fire roasted, but it's diced tomatoes. Stir that all up. Let it get a little hot there. Now we're going to add all the chicken in. See, this whole chicken might be too much, but just add more juice. So, well, I'm going to pour all the juice in. And I may need more than this because This is chicken stock, chicken broth, and I did a whole carton of it. If you only have one carton, you can add water to the rest of it, or you can add more chicken broth. I'm just going to add more water. I have more chicken broth, but you've got the chicken flavor, so I'm going to add, because you want it to cover it. So, that was a big piece of meat that didn't get cut up very well. So I'm going to add some seasonings to it now. You just want it to meld together and cook. I'm going to add, I have this cilantro lime seasoning that I want to add to it. And I'm going to add a little salt. And I'm going to add these, it's just sprinkled to taste. And I'm going to get all these other seasonings. About a teaspoon of paprika and of coriander. That's where you're getting all your flavor. And chili powder. Cumin. Now we're going to stir it all in. You start getting that red color with the paprika and the chili powder. So now it just cooks together. I'm going to add a little lime juice to it. I have to cut it. And then I'm going to show you how, and we'll chop up avocados to eat with it when it's ready. And I've got cheese and sour cream. And I'm going to show you you can use tortillas, like just tortilla chips. But I'm going to show you how to make your tortillas. I want to make strips, and we're going to put them in the oven and to go in it. And you put that on top when you eat it. So we're going to squeeze in about half of a lime. And now we're just going to let it cook. Okay, so on these tortillas, I couldn't decide if I want flour or corn, so I'm going to do both. And basically, I want to make strips that I'm going to put in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them in strips about 1 inch or less. And I've got about, it's just to your liking how many you want, how many people are eating. There's probably about 4 or 5 of these. And you can just make either corn or flour, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to cut these in half so they're small enough. And then I'm going to do the same on these. Because we're going to put them in the oven and get them crispied up. And I'm going to spray a little oil on them and season them up so they have a little flavor. And the same thing, I'm just going to cut them in half so that they're small whenever you put them on top of your soup. So now I'm just going to spray a little vegetable oil on them. And then I'm going to season them. I'm going to put a little salt. And I'm going to put this cilantro lime. And I think I'll put some, I probably should have went ahead and put them on my tray first. But I'm going to go ahead and add some paprika to it too. So then we're going to spread them out on here. You just want them to cook. And I've got the oven on 400. Like I said, you want them crispy. They're soft right now. We want them crispy. So we'll just watch them in the oven till they get to the desired crispiness that we want. Anyways, and that's it. We're just going to stick them in the oven and let them get crunchy. Okay, I'll see you back in a little while. I'm going to go ahead and cut up the avocado and get it in chunks to put on it. Actually, I might do it in slivers. I just got all the soup up in a bowl, and really it just needs to be heated up. Everything is cooked, so it just needs to be heated up and the flavors go together. I've put it in the bowl and put the tortillas. This is the homemade tortillas. You can see I almost overcooked some of them, but that's what they look like. I spooned it in. I added cheese on top. I've got some finishing up with some avocado and a dollop of sour cream, and it is ready to eat. And that is supper, and it's so easy and quick and easy, especially if you rotisserie chicken, coming home from work, grabbing one of those, and that's an easy meal, and it's very good on a cold night. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think, and be sure to hit like on it. Thanks for watching. Bye.